piece of trash back in its case and left. Even our own thought I was crazy. But I didn't want to let the instrument go. I couldn't. What was wrong with me?
When the violin came my way, I had been playing a very nice instrument for many years. I was perfectly happy with it, although I have to say it never felt completely right. I still longed for that special sound. And now here was this unbelievably valuable violin. It came with the position of concertmaster. That was what the owner had stipulated. A patron who wishes to remain anonymous, for whatever reason.
The invitation from Hiroshima unsettled me. It wasn't just because I had grown up in Los Angeles as the daughter of Japanese parents, and you could say I carried the tragedy of the two cultures with me since birth. It was mostly because they wanted me to play the concert on Akiko's piano, a piano that had belonged to a young woman who died in the bomb blast, whereas it had survived with barely a scratch.
We don't believe. We believe. We don't.
We don't believe.
We don't.
We believe that
We
instruments
We
hold
don't
memories.
believe.
We
Don't
believe that
believe.
instruments hold
We
memories.
believe that
Don't
instruments
They
hold
capture
memories.
joy,
They capture joy,
experience of,
experience,
Believe.
instruments.
Are
To
tools
capture joy,
more than tools.
experience,
much more
sorrow.
for us.
Instruments are tools.
What we may
More than tools,
Or
much
want
more.
to believe
For
that
us.
a person
has a soul.
So,
May not believe.
may not want to
we
believe.
may believe or want to
We
believe.
cannot know.
We
A
cannot.
person has a soul. May not believe. May not want to believe. But we do not know. We cannot know. But we know that every
Violin,
Every cello
every viola,
Every double bass,
has a soul.
At least in French, Italian,
Hebrew,
Spanish, Hebrew, Russian,
Polish,
anima,
Alam,
Neshama,
Alam, Neshama,
soul.
In German, they call it die
In
Stimme.
German,
voice.
They call it
Die Stimme.
the sound.
English,
the sound.
sounds.
So
So in English,
a
violin
does not have a soul, or a voice.
or does it?
Very carefully, I took the violin out of its case. A 1726 Stradivarius. Named after Jenő Hubay, the Hungarian virtuoso of the Belle Epoque. I knew he was a wonderful violinist, but I knew nothing of him as a composer. And before him, Paganini himself had played it. That much I knew. Its lacquer was an unusual color, a kind of tawny orange on a golden wood. This instrument contained over 300 years of music and musicians. It had given countless performances to all sorts of audiences at all sorts of times. I placed it beneath my chin and sensed joy, triumph, maybe a little despair, even tears. And men. So many men. As far as I'm aware, I'm the first woman to play the Stradivarius, although it does have other women in its past.
My father had to leave his double bass back in Poland. It was this wonderful old Italian piece made of flame maple. It had a dark, strong sound. His first love. When I was a kid, he'd tell me stories about it as we walked along the beach at Atleast. And he held my little hand in his big ones. His hands that had grown hard and calloused from his work as a fisherman.
cake recipe?
Because it was American made.
Because of the hiking club at Hiroshima University.
Because of Mrs. Futakuchi.
Futakuchi, the neighbor.
Because of Futakuchi-san's children.
Because of
The
the
Germans.
germs.
It was fate. It was fate. It was fate. It was fate. A quirk of fate. Akiko's childhood piano became famous thanks to a quirk of fate. What does that even mean? If you acquire an A-bombed piano, one of those atom-bombed pianos, is that fate? Is that quirky? Maybe destiny is a better word. Hiroshima and Nagasaki are full of things. In 1945, they stood by the roadsides all over the city in shock, naked. Their owners were dead, incinerated, obliterated, vaporized, little Giacometti dolls baked together like something out of Dresden or Pompeii. The enemy had unleashed a new Vesuvius over Hiroshima. The enemy. The Americans. Me. The me who was born in California to Japanese parents. Second time around, Asian American. First, death. Death all around her, everywhere she looked. The ruined city, the black river, she started to run, she started to swim. I pushed myself on mountains of corpses around her. Me, their lungs shredded by the shockwaves, blood seeping from their internal organs, and alongside them stood all the damaged pianos, and a low, moaning sound came out of their gaping insides. They're all long gone now. Put on trash heaps or stored in warehouses somewhere waiting to be forgotten for good. And it's a quirk of fate that this basic little upright piano of all of them became famous. Maybe. Let's say that's how it was.